Hello and welcome to Time Freedom, a 6-step formula to relieve stress by mastering time. Do you know that 46% of stress reported among business owners is caused by an overwhelming workload? I don't know about you, but I can certainly relate. Also, business owners waste up to a third of their week through low-value tasks. It doesn't mean they're not working. It doesn't mean they're not doing something important, but it may not be the most important thing they could be doing at the moment. Fortunately, people tend to stay and thrive in business when they are organized and efficient. And as for me, I know that's true. When I'm efficient, I can see and feel myself move forward. So that's why I created the time freedom formula, because I'd like to help you create a foundation for your business, something that you can use for years to come. Also, this will help with work-life balance because what's one without the other? Also, you'll gain access to productivity with ease, opposed to productivity with stress. Now, this module has a few things to it: simplicity and new information, as well as familiar. And I'm going to ask you if you'll listen to this module from a place of the cookie versus cake analogy. So if you've ever made a cookie or a cake, you'll know that the ingredients are similar. And what separates them from each other is that they might have more or less of an ingredient, or maybe a different ingredient was added to it to make it different. Well, that's how I'd like you to look at the time freedom formula, because there are a few things in here you know about that are familiar to what you would have called time management, and there are new things that'll help create the time freedom that we're aiming for. So why is time management so tough? Guess what? The most important thing is resistance. Many of us know we should have it and we don't do anything about it. We're resisting it for some reason or another. A big one is that we're too stressed to gather our thoughts, to organize. Another is we just don't want to plan and fail again. How many times did you plan your year or your month or your week and it just didn't work out? So you beat yourself up over it, thinking it's all about you. And maybe you just don't even know how to plan correctly. You might see other people who look like they really have it together, and you don't know why you don't. And very possibly it's just that you're missing a tool or a tip that might change everything for you. Are you somebody who calls yourself a procrastinator? Because that's something that we'd like to eliminate today by knowing that the possibility for you not planning is that you might just be uninspired. And if we create a time freedom formula for you and you feel good about what you've planned, you might be more inspired and inclined to enjoy what you're creating. Many people cannot grasp the benefits that time freedom has to offer. They have no concept of that, so they don't have any motivation to go and learn about it because they don't know how good they'll feel. So who am I? My name is Fran Asaro, and I am the founder of Thrive Anyway and a virtual partner to entrepreneurs. I help people start and grow businesses with fun, ease, and work-life balance. I also help them with having businesses that run with dignity and age appropriateness. And what that means is if you're 50 or over, which a lot of my clients are, you want to do business like you want to and not like you have to, especially if many of your friends and family members are starting to retire. You want to do business like you feel good, not like you're tied to a desk or a victim to time. You'd like to have some freedom, right? I also help people build systems for efficiency, because what helps you have a good work-life balance is having a business that runs like a well-oiled machine. And why this module? Why today? I've been teaching it to my clients for many years on one-on-one basis. And I wanted to share this with the world. So I decided to create this so that in a few short minutes you can have access to something that is pretty powerful. And what does this module provide for you? Well, there's going to be some tips and tools to help you organize your thoughts, because first and foremost, that's usually the reason you aren't moving forward with time management or aren't effective with it, is because you can't organize your thoughts. I have many people who call me just to help them with that. And it's also going to help you eliminate long to-do lists. And don't get me wrong, we all have long to-do lists, but this is going to help compartmentalize them so that they have more of a chance of getting complete. And you'll also learn how to plan your tasks with ease. I know for me, when I see I have too many things to do, I get overwhelmed just from that before I even start. This will help you take that down a bit. It'll also help you gain relief from overwhelm and stress. And it's going to allow you to have time for the good stuff. So how many people do get their to-do list done, but by the end of the week, they're too tired, or the end of the night, they go straight to bed, and they don't make time for themselves or their family or their friends or the things they really want to do. Well, this is going to allow you to have all of that. And so don't forget personal freedom and control. When we don't have our time freedom, we feel out of control and that we are not at peace or at ease with ourselves or our business. So I've had a lot of people call me or write to me after they started, or I've taught them this module, and they've been coming in over the years. These are just a few of my favorite. One woman called me to tell me that she had a date with her son that she hadn't had in a very long time. And she had 2 kids, and this made her son feel special, like he had this alone time with mom, and she felt good enough about it that they made it a ritual for them. I had somebody call me to tell me how much they were enjoying their intimate time with their significant other, because we all know about date night, but how many of us put it second if something else comes along? With the time freedom formula, you're going to have access to making sure you don't forget anything. Somebody called me and said that they read a book on a lazy Sunday afternoon, and she hadn't done that in years. What have you not done in years that you would love to make time to do instead of waiting for it to show up? I had some other people, many people, who are able to manage their businesses with ease. And I work with people, a lot of people who have multiple businesses, and they were losing track of how to keep them all juggled at the same time. And with the time freedom formula, you're able to compartmentalize your businesses and be able to pay enough attention to each of them so that they can thrive. And consider this, that you'll have a new approach to projects. I had this one person call me and tell me that she used to resist when projects came across her desk, and now she fully embraces them because she knows she puts them as part of the formula, and they get done, at a pace that's comfortable. So before we begin, I want to just do a little bit of housekeeping here. I want to make sure that you know that this was created for people for ease and for joy and for personal freedom. So consider this module a home base for time freedom, not a life sentence. You're either going to like it and use it, or you won't like it, or you'll like it and not use it. What I would like to teach you is that there's nothing wrong, no matter what you do. This is something you want to acknowledge yourself for looking into, and it may or may not be the thing that makes a change for you. If it is, that's wonderful. If it's not, something better will come along. But in the meantime, enjoy it. And if it doesn't work for you, feel free to modify it. I have had several people add their own modifications to make it work. Some of them I even implemented into this formula, and you'll get to see that in a little bit. So that's the end of our getting started. And if you click on the next link, we'll go right into step 1 of the time freedom formula. Thank you.